straight from here to the filter. Hey y'all, I did a thing. So if you see behind me, you notice that I'm hooked up to my trailer, and I did something that any responsible red-blooded American citizen would do. I bought a Jeep. This is a 1975 Jeep CJ5, and I bought it for a really good deal. So this is what happened. Looked at the Jeep, and I was like, hey guy, how much you want for that Jeep? And he said, well, how much will you give me for it? And I said, outrageous bullcrap price. And he said, sold. I said, I'll be right back. I went to the ATM, got the cash, and gave it to him. So I actually got some video of us when we went over there and picked it up. Buddy Bo and Curly, they helped me get it loaded up onto the trailer, and we got a little footage of that. So enjoy this next few minutes of us trying to get this thing loaded up.
I don't know if she's gonna have enough ass to fire this right now, but we'll try.
Yeah. Well, let me put some fuel down the yap. Oh, sport is working. There you go. You gotta keep it running, Stone.
Yeah, I'm fine.
Yeah, turn the key. Yeah. Hold on. Might need to pour some more.
Might need to be flooded. I think you might need to hold it wide open.
Oh. Perfect.
That's all of it.
Trying to get some. Where to spray, you know what I mean? Alright, try it now, Curly. Come on. Looks like it's pumping.
Need some choke.
Yeah, try it again. That's what you want to do, is like right when it cranks up, just hold it wide open.
Make sure to build all that oil pressure right at once. Sounds pretty damn good.
Yeah. Take the cables off and see if it's tugging.
Yeah. Nope.
Nope.
Not charging.
Not tugging.
Died right away.
Yeah. I don't hear no rattling or anything either.
No, that motor sounds solid.
Grab it up. Yeah, it's off. It might just be coincidence.
Look at all that smoke down there.
Well, that's from where I spilled that gas.
That two-stroke burning off? All right.
Nope.
Nope.
Immediately died. Got my church clothes on. gonna be pissed. I guess we can just I'll pull up a little bit.
We'll just push it
And
up
I'll
to the
just get
trailer.
the winch out, and we'll hook the winch up to it and just drag it up there. I don't know if she knows or not. Perfect. That ain't going nowhere. So here she is. It's in a little bit of rough shape. You know, you always done good when the fuel tank is sitting in the back here and not hooked up. That's always a great sign. It's got a little bit of rust on it in places. Most of it's just surface rust. The body's seen better days, obviously. It's got the tail light delete on it, which is, you know, that's just custom right there. Got a underneath, it doesn't have a drive shaft, so got to work on that, get it put back in. I do have it. It's sitting in the floorboard right here, so I do have a drive shaft. If you noticed in the video of us getting it loaded, we did get the engine crunk up. The battery was shot, so need a new battery. But we did get it crunk up. It ran great. It didn't smoke or anything, but it wouldn't stay running because of the battery. So we the seats are adjustable because they are not bolted down. Got a brand new can of Rhino line in here, Herculiner. So that's pretty sweet. Nice little compartment. You can see daylight through it. That's factory. Windshield is actually in pretty good shape, and the rubber around it, but I mean, it don't have a top, so who's worried about sealing up, right? The body's in pretty good shape. Like I say, it does have some rust. The frame looks really good on it as well. These tires probably seen better days. I'm sure that's going to be okay. And then let's pop the hood up there and see what we got underneath here. You seen on the video where we was getting it loaded up, the motor and all ran really well. So this unit has a 258 inline six in a row and ready to go. Of course, I got to get a battery put in it, and I just got this fuel line. I took the fuel line going where the tank's supposed to be, and I just hooked this fuel line and stuck it in a jug to try to get it running, but it's not in bad shape. It's got new spark plugs, looks like. The distributor cap and everything looks fairly new. It hadn't ran for a couple years until we crank it up when we was loading it up, so very surprising that it did so well when we crank it up. I guess they were putting, this is not factory, I would not think. It's aluminum radiator. It looks fairly new. Electric fans, and looks like I've worked on this thing before. Just got the wire just wrapped around there, so I don't know if those fans are going to work. Maybe when we get it busted off and get it running where it'll run for a minute and start warming up, maybe we can check on that, see if those fans work. This is your water temperature gauge sending unit. That's not hooked up, so if it does run hot, we're not going to know. That's good. Just noticed this too. No brakes. Don't even know if this master cylinder works. I did spray this down, so maybe I can get that off and try to get the brakes going. But first thing we need to do probably is to, I don't even know where to start. Wow. So let's get the drive shaft in it, because I don't know if the clutch works. The brakes obviously don't work. Maybe we can hook them up and try to bleed them off too. It's gonna start getting hotter and hotter. Whoa. It's gonna start getting hotter and hotter. So I wanna utilize this shade tree while I can, try to get some of this stuff done. So I had to go to a couple different places to find the U-joint straps. And this one I got from one store, and it's got for all you part number lovers out there, 329-10. And this one, well, same part number, but this was a Precision and these are Moog, but they got the same part number. Look how short this drive shaft is, and I don't know, maybe that's a little bit bigger than normal size average human hand. Like it's 2 hands long, but hey, at least whoever took it off or had it tape these things up so they wouldn't the caps wouldn't fall off. So I appreciate that, whoever done that. I'm not sure if it matters the orientation, but if I'm guessing, I got a 50-50 shot at it, right? So I'm gonna put it on. If that's not right, let me know down in the comments or something, because I have no idea. I'm just guessing. And see if this thing will go up in here. Wow. You know. Yep. All right. That seems okay. All right. Stay. And stay. There's a little retaining casting on the yoke. Oh no. That's that keeps the U-joints from sliding out of the yoke. And you got to make sure that those are, that the U-joints itself are in place. But I want to get these started and just snug them up with my finger so it won't fall out. And then I gotta get the other package. Ow! Headbutt the hell out of that. They put them in a cereal bag. Guess that keeps them fresh. Oh yeah, like it was made for it. You guys probably want to see what I'm doing here, don't you? It's just like the yoke side on the rear end. You just put those caps on, put your lock washer on the back, put the nut on, and you're good to go. Well, you got to tighten them up too, I guess. Let's see if we can get this on here without dropping anything. Ah.
Did you get a drive shaft?
Nope.
Well,
I can do this back one though while I wait. So now we're going to get this battery installed, and I basically just measured it where to fit that box, and then I went and got me one, and hopefully it'll work. It's got a red side and a black side, so maybe it will. Alrighty. Alright. Both of these cables are black. but I'm gonna assume the one going to the solenoid is, yeah, well, that's red. I got it. I should have marked it when I took the other battery off. And right here. All right, we got the tire pumped up. We got the ramps down, and I'm gonna do a makeshift fuel jug right here. I tie strap this so I can stick this down into the jug. And here, get it all the way down to the bottom. Bam, done. Go in there and turn it over. Maybe it needs a little shot of gas. Go ahead. Come on. Yeah, it's just out of gas. All right, come on.
Still going.
Okay. All right, let's try that again. It is trying to pump. Hold on. Let me get something to tap with. All right. Well, we thought it was a fueling issue. My camera overheated, and I didn't get a chance to film it, but it turned out we lost the spark. So I checked the coil, and primary coil winding should be between 0.2 to 3 ohms, and this one had 0 on the primary, so that indicated it was bad. So ran into town, got a new coil, and we're about to install it and see if this thing will crank back up. So here we go.
I thought it would take that's my fault.
You're fired.
You're supposed to stay ready.
You're fired.
You're supposed to stay ready.
You're fired.
Just do it again.
Take 2. Fairly certain it's the culprit, but I'm always paranoid that I didn't look at something or didn't do something. But we checked it, so. Oh, I gotta put the battery cable back on. All right, try it again, why? Let it sit here and warm up for a minute, and the idle might be a little too high. We'll back her off a little bit when it warms up. Don't worry, that smoke's normal. Yeah, just go straight back. What's going on with it? I just happen to have a little gas in the mustard squirter. So let's see if we can fill this up. This works really good for this. Fill up that bowl. Whoa, too much.
Good?
Yeah. Now it's got gas. Is it pumping? Yeah, I can feel it pulsing.
Yeah, it sounds like it.
Yeah. When did the fan work?
Maybe like something to do with that.
Maybe. It might be air rating. It's a little hot. I want to see. Yeah. I got some fuel line. We can cut it down there and just kind of rubber hose all the way over. The fan works, so that's good. But I think we're having some fueling issues still. I don't know why. It's got a little fuel in it still. So I think this thing's vapor locking, and what we're going to do is cut this metal line and put a rubber hose on it while it's getting it off the filter there. And we're just going to go straight from here to the filter. Here to the filter. Here to the filter. Here, filter. Where we going, Wyatt? From here to the filter.
Yeah.
You don't sound excited.
Where are we going here?
I don't remember. Ow, that's hot.
Told you.
What? Okay. Hey y'all, we're back after a couple days. Got distracted working on my fat grandma's car again. We were working on what I thought was a fueling issue on the CJ5 here, and turns out it wasn't. The ignition control module looks like it's bad, so I had to order some parts. It's been a couple days, and got it in the shop, got the wheels off of it. We're gonna have to address that electrical problem, the ignition control module, and gonna have to get some brakes on this thing where we can drive it. I got the wheels took off of it, and let me show you guys around, see what we've been doing. I got a surprise for you guys later. I did find some wheels on the MyFace, and found some tires on the cheap, so I think they're going to turn out really well. I'm excited to get them on here, but we're gonna have to get these brake drums off. These lines look pretty good, but looks can be deceiving. They can be collapsed in there, but it looks like somebody replaced this. It looks pretty new, so I'm hoping that we can bust these lines loose, blow through them, and that master cylinder will work. Hopefully the wheel cylinders will be okay as well. We're gonna get those hubs off on all four corners and start looking at these brakes. But first, we're gonna have to get in here. This is the ignition control module. If you look down there behind that, you can kind of see the potting material that's supposed to be in there is kind of melted out of there, and you can see the circuit board, and you also see leaves and dirt and trash in there too. It would run great at first, and then the more it got warm and the more it heated up, the engine heated up, it would start losing spark, and then it would just shut off. So we're gonna change that first, and then we're gonna get on these brakes. And I got them soaking down on the backside, so hopefully we can get everything loose without breaking anything. And then see if this thing can run and drive. I'm excited. Oh, it looks new. I don't like that. That might be okay. But see, this is the potting material that's seals up the circuit card in here, and that's what melted away from the old one. And let's check these connectors and see if they're the correct one. Yeah, I don't like this. I might have to get something to try to clean this plastic off of this one, because I don't like that plastic. It's not going to make a good connection like that. I want it to look like this one pretty much, which it's a little shorter, but as long as it makes a ground, it'll be okay. Let's get installing this one. Okay, now that we got that changed out, I'm just going to make sure that it still cranks up. That's making sure everything's plugged in right and that box actually works. So let's do that now. It's been cranking up really well. It's only when it gets hot is when it's been acting up. So it should just fire right up. So if it don't, we know we might have to go back to the drawing board. Good to go. This thing runs like a top. But yeah, we're good. The hubs seem to be coming off pretty easy, so that's got me hopeful that it looks okay. Ooh, I see wetness. And I see broken hardware on this one. This doesn't look good. This looks like the automatic adjuster on the bottom here. This spring is broken, so definitely gonna have to get a spring kit to try to get this put back together. With this wetness here, that's telling me that this wheel cylinder might be bad. Might go ahead and try to get a wheel cylinder for this thing. See, the rest of them are looking pretty good. I don't see any broken hardware, no wet spots. The shoes look usable. That's got a lot of life left in these shoes over here. They look like they might have been replaced at one time. Ooh, I don't like this one. Oh, that brake shoe's toast. Okay, so brake shoes, one complete set of brakes. I can use the brake shoes over here, and I'll use the wheel cylinder and hardware over there. Just clean it up, and I think we'll be okay. I'm gonna quit looking, because the more and more I look at these things, the more and more I want to replace everything brand new. So I'm just gonna quit looking at them. I was gonna check out this brake master cylinder, and I took the top off, and it doesn't look really bad. It looks really good in there. I mean, it's not perfect, but I think I can spray it out with some cleaner, brake clean. Pleasantly surprised with that. Just got back from town. I had to run there and get some brake parts to fix the brakes on this thing. As you can see, it's getting a little bit dark outside. It's a chore to go to town from here. I live back in the woods of South Georgia, and to get to town and back is at least an hour. So it kind of kills a lot of time, but we're gonna hunker down, get after it, and try to get these brakes done. So let's do it. tonight. We put in a good effort. Got the front brakes done, but not the rear brakes. We still gotta get them done in the morning. And then we're going to try to get this fuel cell in it where to have its own capacity to run off its own tank. And we should be able to drive this thing. So we'll see you guys tomorrow, bright and early. Try to get this thing finished up. Good morning. We are back in the shop, and last night while I was trying to pick up and clean up the tools a little bit, I let the brakes gravity bleed. I noticed that they were working. The gravity bleed was working, so I started to work on it a little bit, and I kind of finished the brakes up, but I needed help bleeding the brakes properly. So I got my daughter Lanebug out here with me. She's gonna help us bleed the brakes this morning, and then once we get that done, we're gonna jump on this fuel cell, try to get it put in and get this thing driving. So when I bleed the brakes, I'm always try to start at the furthest point from the master cylinder, which would be your right rear. I'm gonna start on this right rear and get Laney to push the pedal, pump up the brakes, and then I'll bleed them from the right rear. Oh yeah, no air coming out of that one. Well, maybe a little air. Let's do it one more time. Pump. All right, I think that one's good. We're gonna move over here to the left side and do it. Okay, Laney, pump it. Hold. Oh yeah, I got some air out of that one. All right. Well, now that we got the brakes squared up, we're going to move on to this gas tank here. And the vent hose is missing. So I got to figure out something to do with this vent hose to get it connected here so we can get this mounted up and put some, so we can have some gas to drive this thing around. So what I'm going to do is find something on that. It's got some kind of liquid in it. I assume it's probably water, so I'm going to dispose of that properly, and then make sure there's no rust in here or anything like that, trash. Get it cleaned out, and then we'll start trying to put it up into the chassis. So I got some new wires on the sending unit. Got the vent lines, these two vent lines put on. And then this vent line, I don't know how long I'm going to need it, so I just left a bunch of excess. And we're going to slap this thing up there and hook everything up and see if it'll hold some fuel. Status update. So finally got that fuel cell in, got it bolted down. It was kind of a bear to try to get that thing on there. I got the sending unit wired up and the vent lines installed, and over here I got the filler neck and the vent installed on that as well, going down into the fuel tank. So I guess the only thing next is to put some fuel in it and see if it leaks. Had a heck of a time getting fuel I had I forgot the fuel jug when I went to town to get parts. Came back, picked up the fuel jug, went to get gas in it. Had a pinhole in the bottom, so I had to scrap that idea, run to the store and buy this, which is all they have is a 2 gallon. But luckily I got a few gallons here, so we'll see if we can get that put in there as well. I got to hook up the fuel line to the fuel pump up front, and hopefully this thing will start sucking out of its own tank. That'd be nice. Y'all tell me if you see any leaks. Get this thing some wheels put on it. And I really like the wheel choice. I think it's going to turn out really good. You guys will see in just a minute. That'll be the last thing we do before we put it on the ground. Try to drive this thing. So, all right. These things. So, get. I'll never. Why? I don't want you taking the top off. We're gonna cut this right now. I don't think the cap's just gonna spontaneously unscrew itself, guys. Come on. Just work with me a little. Oh! I wonder if that gas gauge is gonna work. Probably not. But we got it hooked up anyway. We got that put in, and I don't see any leaks on the ground or anything like that, so I think we're good to go right there. We got to come up here, and this hose right here is coming from back yonder that way, and I got to take this off, put this one back on. I'm probably going to use this clamp, might as well. It's there, and then we'll crank it up, see if it starts pulling fuel on its own. Neutral. Man, that thing cranks right out, doesn't it? Got it bumping, but it hasn't started pulling fuel yet. Oh. Splash a little bit. I think it might be starting to pull fuel. I think it's pulling fuel, guys. Awesome. That's a great sign. We can start putting tires on it now. That'd be the last piece of the puzzle. So here's what I got, guys. These are some Pro Comp rims. Pro Comp rims that I got from the MyFace, and got a pretty good deal on them. And then these tires are actually used tires, but they're very good. They got really a lot of life left in them. And I got a really good deal on these too. These are 31 10.5 15s, and they're the Bridgestone Duelers. So we're gonna slap these puppies on there, and maybe we'll take it for a rip. We got her on the ground. We're gonna take her for a little spin and see how she does. Whew. I might let the window down and get some air flowing through there. That'd be smart. All right, we got on the ground, and there's a couple things I want to test here. One, does the brakes work? That's the first thing we need to check. Two, I had a hard time getting it in third and fourth, so I want to get enough speed to maybe get it in third and fourth and see if those work. And then just want to see how it rides. First, let's see if it has brakes, I guess. We got brakes. This seat's not bolted down, so it's a little bit difficult. All right, let's go. Not the best brakes, but it's got brakes. Can't find them, grind them. Oh, that manual steering, boy, you got to be on top of it. A little catch in it, and when you get past that catch on the brakes, it brakes pretty good. It don't like to go in gear, but it'll go in gear. I hadn't checked the fluids in the diff on the transmission or anything, so might need to do that. Well, guys and gals, she runs, she drives, she's got brakes. The cooling fan did come on, so it got warm enough that before that was cutting off when the fan came on. That was indicating that when it got hot, it would quit running. So I feel fairly confident that it's going to run pretty good now and stay running. Got some pretty cool rims and tires on her. She looks a lot meaner with them on there than them other raggedy ones. And we got the fuel cell in her. She's pulling fuel from her own tank, so we could fill her up and go some places. The speedometer works awesome. I didn't check the fuel gauge. I should have. The oil pressure gauge worked. I don't have the temperature gauge hooked up. That's next on the list. And we got a lot of plans for this thing. We're gonna definitely get the lights working and get the water temperature gauge hooked up. We're going to get the headlights put in it, get it roadworthy, and we'll clean it up a little bit, and then we might start doing some little lipstick on this pig and get her looking good from that 100-yard stance. But stay tuned, because there's going to be more episodes of, like I say, we're going to get this thing roadworthy on the next episode. Probably wash it up, clean it up a bit, and then we're going to try to get some maybe a bikini top put on this thing, get some shade. I did notice this thing's got a heater core, and it's got the vents for the defroster, so I'd like to get that working. Definitely got to get these seats bolted down, get some seat belts. I'll start cleaning this thing up and getting it looking good and driving good, so we can have some fun with it. But that'll be it for this episode. We appreciate you guys watching. Like, subscribe, comment, do all the things, and we'll see you next time.